There we go. And that's what we came to Big Spring for. I love it. I love it. Good morning and welcome back to Tight Lining Maryland. I am out at Big Spring. This is in Pennsylvania. It's about 2 hours away from where I live, so it's a little bit of a trek. I recently fished it with a guide by the name of Mike Heck. He is an author of, at least to what I know, I can't say of anything more, I apologize, but Mike Heck is an author for the South Central part of the Keystone Fly Fishing book, which I'm a huge advocate of. But great guide, super reasonable rates. I would say probably the best I've seen in the business. And he helped me out the last time I was here a couple weeks ago. I didn't record out of respect to Mike, but also just because, you know, I wanted to be able to focus on fishing and not filming. But that day I caught two small little brookies, I mean to the tune of like 4 or 5 inches at best, and I missed what was probably a 24-inch rainbow. I got them to take, but unfortunately I missed on the hook set. So with that said, today we're fishing Big Spring. It's going to be a lot of crest bugs, San Juans, maybe some hare's ears if I'm lucky. I might, since the conditions are right, you can probably see it's a little overcast and cloudy. I am going to maybe chuck some streamers, because I think if I target some of the undercuts and you know, just the overall structure in the stream, I might be able to entice a big one out. So with all of that said, fingers crossed this could be the day where we cross the 20-inch threshold, and if these ducks have anything to do with it, they're going to put down every fish in the stream. But to everybody that's kind of enduring the coronavirus, you know, it is Thursday, what would this be, the 19th, I want to say. It's been a crazy week. Every 48 hours is something different. Honestly, this stream today is just going to provide me, you know, a little bit of grounding and let me clear my head. So to anybody watching, I really hope that this helps you to do the same. I appreciate your support. I hope you enjoy, and maybe you can learn something while I'm here on the stream today. So tight lines, most importantly, stay safe, and thanks for watching. Got some new toys for today's trip. I'm excited about that. Got my new Costa fantail sunglasses, so I can see super clearly in this water. That's something my other sunglasses have not been able to do, but I've never really invested in a good pair, so I'm excited to see how that works today. I've got my new Sims waterproof backpack. That's helping me to carry around some stuff, so that's exciting. That's a new thing for me. Primarily while I got that is because I did buy a new camera. Haven't started using it yet, but did purchase one, so I'll be interested to see how that works out for me. But one thing I can say about, you know, separate from, you know, the things that you probably don't care about with equipment, one thing I can say about Big Spring, and probably any Big Spring, whether you're on the Latort or if you're on Falling Springs, you know, or if you know of another small one that you fish, stay out of the water. Just don't get in. You know, it's a little tougher with this mono rig to be able to do that, but it's just not good to get in the water if you can avoid it. Like, I just spooked a fish right there, you know, and I didn't even get in the water. So, you know, you just got to be really, really careful about your movements and what you're doing while you fish these types of spring creeks. So, just a tip for anybody that goes out, stay out of the water. Up a little brookie, which seems to be all I can get out of this stream, in the riffles right over here. So let me take him off. That avoids the skunk, so he didn't drive 2 hours for nothing, so that's a good thing. But these are exactly, and there it pops off. These are exactly what I was catching last time. I mean, that looks like a freestone brookie. I mean, that's a pretty fish. So we're gonna pop him back in. And there he goes. All right, picked up our second tiny little brookie. They seem to really like this San Juan. Wet our hands. There he goes. Still just using that same rig, the San Juan and the little crest bug with a bead head. Just trying to hit these riffles. Seems to be where I'm picking up my fish. Unfortunately though, not any big rainbows yet. So I wanted to take a moment just to kind of show you a couple of the toys that I had mentioned earlier in the video. That way you could take a look. I got this Sims waterproof backpack. I got it so that I can start carrying around a Canon EOS TI or TL, I forget which, 6, so I can start taking better shots while I'm on the water. Don't have it with me today because I still want to practice with it at home first, but this bag is what I'm going to use for that, and then I can put other stuff in it, like for example, you know, just kind of showing you what I mean. When I was most recently at the Lancaster fly fishing show, I picked up this cliff box and I store a whole bunch of streamers in it, so I can keep that in there. I also put my camera stuff that I keep on hand with my batteries and extra SD cards. I throw that in there, and just because I usually fish for like sometimes 4 to 8 hours, that's 4 to 8, not 48. Throw a bag like of almonds in there to have like a snack while I'm on the stream. So anyway, I figured I'd show you that. Soon I'll start carrying some extra stuff in there, like for example the camera. The other thing that I just did with it today, and this is a big shout out to Catch Cam Nets, somebody that I hugely support, just given the fact that I've got family from Fairmont, West Virginia, and that's where their company is. I bought a Catch Cam net about a year ago, and I was having some difficulty being able to transport it and keep it on me. At one point, there's a video that I'll play up at the top for you where I almost lost it. I actually did lose it, and thankfully got caught on a rock, and I still have it today, but that could have been a $400 loss with the net, camera, and stuff combined. So anyway, they just came out with this new holster, and I want to show you that real quick because this is what I've been using today. Usually I have a net with a zinger, kind of like where I can just grab it and take it right in, but I lose a lot of fish because the netting has thicker, wider openings in it, whereas the Catch Cam net really, as you can see, doesn't quite have that. It's pretty small. Even your tiniest brook trout are going to be able to sit in there kind of nicely. So I'm not going to lose as many fish through the net, and given that I use barbless hooks, if they slip through, the hook usually pops out. So what they just came out with, Bo from Catch Cam Nets, they just came out with basically this holster system. And what I can do is I can take this little wrap, which I actually lost at the fly fishing show, and thankfully somebody returned it to Bo. Bo gave it back to me, so super thankful for him. But anyway, I wrap it around the net, and then it's got this little round piece that I can slide right into the holster, and then now it can just hang off my hip. If I wanted to put on a wading belt, if I wanted to put on just a pair of pants, I could do that. But I found on this Sims backpack that it had this little piece that I could put the holster on, and therefore while I'm out on the stream and I'm catching fish, I still just have to get used to it. But anyway, I can, pop this net off and, put them right in and secure that. So anyway, I wanted to show you that. The last thing that I have in terms of toys for today is just a pair of Costa sunglasses. And these are Costa fantails, and they have all different kinds of colors and variations, but they're a 580p is, I believe, the listing on them. And just the way that they have easily cut through the water and cut down on some of the reflection and allowed me to see a lot better, I am immediately noticing better results. in terms of sighting fish, and that's a big thing here on Big Spring. So I'm already very, very happy with that purchase, and it was under $100 because at one point at the show I was looking at them and we were talking $250, and I did some research online, maybe found one that had them on sale or something to that effect, and I ended up getting them for right around $100. I think it was around 90. So anyway, figure I'd share that with you. I am now at spot number 2 on Big Spring. I want to see if I can't try to put 1 or 2 more in the net before I leave. I don't know if I'll fish any other spots on here or call it a day. Maybe head to another stream. It all depends upon how much time I've got today. So anyway, wanted to share that with you. Enjoy. So I just hooked not a huge fish, but a nice fish on this streamer. Unfortunately I lost him as soon as he got to the surface. I lost him, but this one it looks like we're not going to. So that's kind of ironic. That's our biggest brookie on Big Spring. I tell you what, that is a small brookie for what he ate. I mean, you had to be pretty hungry to get that, but he is gorgeous. I wish I would have gotten the other one on film, but here's what I'm chucking. They haven't necessarily wanted it for the rainbows and some of these other holes, but this is like perfect habitat for spinner fishing. You just can't do it. So streamer is where it's at, and I just almost like it was a bass, threw it right for cover. There he was. There we go. First wild rainbow. There we go. Finally did it. Took me a little longer than I'd hoped, but we'll take it, and he is gorgeous. Cool. So there he is. Nice white tips underneath. Some really bright pink. Very cool. There we go. And that's what we came to Big Spring for. I love it. I love it. This boy is lively. I love it. Hey, took the crest bug. I like it. Nice. It's the first fish I ever caught on a crest bug. And there he popped out. That was quick. We're gonna say goodbye to this guy. He is giving us everything we needed. do it here on Big Spring Creek. It was a successful day. 5 fish landed, 6 hooked, but nevertheless, I appreciate you tuning in as always. This should be my second video post new computer, so you know, it's all brand new content. I do have some things that I need to backload, and basically stuff from the fall that when the computer went up and I started running out of time, I just let it go to the wayside, and that was the reason for my 3 or 4 month hiatus. So thanks for sticking with it. I hope you enjoyed today. When you come out to Big Spring, do understand there's a huge learning curve. You know, I got skunked here my first time. I went out with a guide my second time, and today went out on my own and got 5. But it is super technical water. If I could give you any advice, keep it natural for your flies that you use and stay out of the water. Use crest bugs, you know, use sow bugs, use, you know, San Juan worms. Just use things that imitate what's in the spring creek. I mean, it seems crazy, but they get huge in here just eating that type of stuff. And every once in a while you get lucky, like I did with a streamer, and pluck one out. But that was more so the water conditions. I couldn't have tight lined that. That was super slow, and I don't think I could have done that effectively. But nevertheless, thanks for watching, and tight lines.